Hi, my name is Mohamed and this is my investigative art project for this class. I would like to investigate the oil on canvas painting for Artemisia Gentileschi, Judith and Holofernes. This painting, I believe, is showing how women were trying to gain power over the men, or at least gain their freedom from the evil power of some men during that time of the history. Judith and Holofernes is a famous 17th century Italian painting of biblical story by Artemisia Gentileschi. Artemisia, widely regarded as the most important woman artist before the modern period. She was a major Italian Baroque painter of the 17th century and the only female follower of Caravaggio. She is one of the few well-known painters in an era when women painters were not easily accepted by the community of artists. The painting tells the story of Judith and the Holofernes that was recounted in the Book of Judith, a second century text deemed apocryphal by the Jewish and Protestant tradition, but included in a Catholic edition of the Bible. The story tells how a woman saved her people from destruction by seducing, then killing the general of the Assyrian army that had besieged her city. The painting of Judith and Holofernes represent the difficulty of being a woman through history of time, and how women fought so hard, physically and mentally, to obtain their freedom and equality. Artemisia's painting is one of the bloodiest and most vivid depictions of the scene of slaying Mr. Holofernes, surpassing the one division by Caravaggio. It's another arc realist of the Baroque Rome, in its immediacy and shocking realism. Here you can see both of the pictures, both of the painting. On the left, the painting of Caravaggio, and on the right, the painting of Artemisia. And you can see the details of the blood and how powerful both of the women were, while they were trying to kill the Holofernes. Artemisia's painting history was raped at the age of 17 by the artist Agostino Tassi, a close friend of her father. When Tassi failed to marry her, as the social dictates of the time demanded, her father sought recourse in court. During the trial, Artemisia describes her struggle against Tassi and her attempt to attack him with a knife. She was also recalling the sense of betrayal she felt when she realized her female chaperone colluded with Tassi and arranged to leave the two of them alone so he can rape her. This version of the Judith slaying Holofernes dates to this difficult period of her life. The memory of this event likely colored Artemisia's engagement with the story of Judith. After that accident, Artemisia decided to be head-to-head with men in showing that she is as powerful as them, and that she has full control of her life, which made her one of the iconic female heroes of the history of art. In representing the biblical Judith in literature and art, an external cultural critique, the author Becky Carey examines the presence of powerful women in the old literature and art, and how is that presence evolved as the time goes on, and how the role of a powerful woman for or, as in said in French, femme forte, became more important and obvious to all in contemporary literature. While explaining that, Peggy Carey listed the 5 paintings of Artemisia, including Judith and Holofernes, as one of the most painting that shows the evolution of the powerful woman in literature of history. For many people around the world of art, Artemisia represents a true muse for the female power. In his book, Artemisia Gentileschi, the image of a female hero in Italian Baroque, the artist Mary Gerard examines the connection between Gentileschi and feminism empowerment, and he shows how Artemisia is represented as a hero to all women of her generation, and how she is now a positive identification to women in today's life. A female who got accepted among men artists in a time when a woman had no say nor a place. She fought through her art to free the woman from sexism. Also, in the 20th century, image of women artists, a comparative literature, Laura Benedetti examined the history of Western women and how Artemisia Gentileschi plays a big role of showing how women were inferior to men and how hard she fought to get to higher stands that men held at that time. And her painting, including Judith and Holofernes, were her way to fight the gender criticism and empower the female evolution. The story of Judith was a popular in the Baroque period, not only in the visual art, but also in literature, theater, and music. But Artemisia's painting gave it a better and a powerful meaning in the history. Was my art project final. I hope you guys enjoyed it and see you guys later. In the next slide you will see my works cited. Thank you.